Puni's definitely going through a slump. It's very mental, obviously physical as well with the injury. But when you get in those slumps, you're trying to dig your way out so bad, and you want to get out so bad that you actually go deeper. And they need someone to come out there and get in his head and help him out. Vet minimum's not that expensive.
What's your real review? Come on, John. Your real review of how the 49ers offensive line is currently playing.
I mean, I just watched it again. I feel like the bigger problems are on the outside.
On the outside?
Kittle, we desperately need Kittle back.
Sure.
Gone are the days of Chris Conley. I mean, Juwan is still there, but he's not playing like he's, capable. I'm guessing it's because of the broken ribs. BA is a great blocker. Debo is a great blocker. I think we're missing that right now.
And
obviously, yes, the offensive linemen need to play better.
Yeah, and also I think the Kittle part of it, John, I'm just looking at this play late in the second quarter where they try to run that outside toss, and Tonjes gets moved about 8 yards back, and Juice can't get out there and make a block, so McCaffrey has to cut it up inside. How much of the Kittle factor is kind of leading into what you're talking about in the outside zone?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, there was about 4 or 5 times where it's not just Tonjes, it's the other tight end, and a couple times with the receivers. I mean, especially when you're running outside zone so often, those guys are so important to the success of that offense. And I think the big thing is it's shining of what Kittle brings to this offense.
It's okay. We got to play this for you. Need for you to react to this because Richard Sherman on the Richard Sherman podcast. I mean, it's no Not Our Fault podcast, but it is Richard Sherman's, and this is what he said about the current 49er O-line play, and we'd love to get your reaction. Here it is.
The interior offensive line was the issue late in the game, and I knew that would be the Achilles heel for this team, but it's not just on the passing plays, not just from the pass protection standpoint. It's ridiculous on plays that are set up successfully. You got guys in space. All you got to do is block your guy, get in the way, Christian McCaffrey, let him do his work. And you can't even do that. And that's where it's starting to become devastating to this offense because you can draw up the perfect play. But if you have guys that are incompetent, unable to get the job done, unable to block people, unable to block linebackers, then you can't run these plays. And you should be able to expect your center and your guards to be able to get out in space and get up on Levante David is an incredible player, all pro bowl, big time guy, been playing for a long time. I got a ton of respect for him, but you should be able to at least be able to get in his way. He shouldn't be able to shock, shed, and tackle Christian McCaffrey right where they were. And I think that's happened throughout the season on plays that are drawn up well, and we're looking at the center, get up on guys, and just whiff.
And there's more where he points directly at Jake Brendel and says, I don't want to blame one guy, but. What's your take on what he's saying here, John?
I'm guessing he's talking about that screenplay that Jake doesn't touch. I think it was Levante David.
Yep.
But that play is drawn up to go outside. So Jake's blocking it like it's like Christian's going to go on the outside. Christian goes inside because, Christian's the man. He knows what, he can make a play anywhere. Unfortunately, he didn't make the play there. So Jake's kind of sitting there with his pants on his ankles when he's thinking, the play's going outside and it cuts in. Puni didn't play a great game. I think that injury has really been messing with him. And like I've been saying over the last, few weeks that, Connor's I think he played a better game this week than he has the previous two, but, he's a young guy that, he's trying his best. I think hopefully Barch gets back soon, and I think that's going to help the offensive line a lot. And hopefully Puni keeps getting healthier so he can get back to what he was doing last year.
Is that really the fix? Is, you're hoping that Barch gets back and gets healthy? Because Mark and I were joking earlier, like, as a coach, you just say, all right, get better. All you guys just get better. Are there things schematically that the Niners can do to try to use as a workaround for these guys who maybe are either injured or just aren't quite playing well enough?
No, man, it's kind of just got to man up. One other point he was talking about is the sacks. I mean, we gave up 6 sacks. I think 2 of them were not on the offensive line. Tonjes was supposed to chip the guy when Colton gave up that sack. He doesn't chip him. And then, Trent gave up a sack. So that's 4. And then the other 2 were just, we got our ass kicked on 2. I've watched it again. I watched it 2 or 3 times now. They're not playing as bad as everyone's saying, but I think it magnifies when you lose and you can't run the ball. There was a 2nd and 10 play when Tonjes catches a screen. It was late in the game, and he runs right to the linebacker. I don't know why he doesn't follow the blockers, but we get the 3rd and 1, and then we don't get the 3rd and 1. Then the 4th down play, Puni jumps offside. So it's we were right there. Unfortunately, those little things happened and we didn't win the game.
Vita Vea picked up Dominic Puni, laid him down gently like a toddler, and then trampled over him. Is that the worst possible moment for an offensive guard?
Yeah, and people, my thing I love the fans and I love the love that I'm getting, and people are asking me to come back. But as soon as I saw that for Puni, first thing I did was go to 2023. We were back. It was a 2-minute drive. We were backed up, and guess what happened? Vita Vea put me on my ass. The same thing. It just happened to be BA caught a big pass and ran for like 30 yards. But I sent it to Puni as hey man, pimps go through this shit from time to time.
Can we back up and get a comment on what this, I mean, you've been a teammate of his. What does it mean emotionally to this team to lose Fred Warner?
Oh man, it's rough. Once when Bosa goes down, you kind of all the leadership of that defense all falls on Fred. And then when you lose him, it's like a gut punch. A great teammate, a great player, and a guy that he just loves ball, and his enthusiasm just bleeds onto the team, and that is a big loss.
And what's that like on even both sides of the field, obviously, because as an offensive player, you're not in the huddle with him, but just having a player of that stature go down, does it cast a pall over the entire game? And how do you as a player try to shake that off and still get out there and play 3 more quarters of football?
Yeah, I mean, you try not to think about it. But whenever you need to play, and the offense is on the sideline watching the defense, you're always like, "Where's 54?" Because Fred's going to make that play for you. But now with him being gone, you look to D. Winters, who I think is going to be a phenomenal linebacker. I think he's going to keep going, and they're going to have a deadly combo with Fred and D for hopefully a long time. But yeah, it's going to be hard to replace Fred.
Can we go bigger picture and like they're 4-2? All right, that's great. Mm-hmm. We can also see that, man, it was razor thin. There seem to be losing stars every week. I know some guys are coming back, but I don't know, John, how realistic are the long-term thoughts, and I mean that just this season for this team, considering everything that has happened?
I don't know, man. You obviously with all the injuries, you kind of get scared and kind of want to just chalk the season up. But I mean, I think the Bucks are one of the best teams in the league. They're a play or 2 away from being undefeated right now. Every game goes down to the wire, and they know how to finish a game. With us, with all these injuries, somehow we keep pulling games off. I think that's a credit to the players that are playing and to the coaches. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just a homer or what, but I still see all their goals right in front of them. I think hopefully BA gets healthy here soon. Get him back in a few weeks. He'll be a giant help. I'm sure John and Kyle are going to look into some kind of trade or something during the trade deadline. So I'm actually excited to see what's going to happen in the next few weeks.
Yeah, like I wonder if you can put a name on some of those things. Like if you want to be optimistic, I get it. There's a long way to go and a lot can still happen. But if you were to name specifically 3 or 4 things that need to happen for the rest of the season to go well, what would you say?
Health. We got to trade for a defensive piece, either linebacker or DN, and get some of our guys back, man. Those are the only things. I think once we get Barch and BA and Ricky, all our guys back, I think we'll be all right.
In the locker room, is this something that players openly talk about? Like, you've lost Bosa, you lost Fred Warner. Do you talk amongst yourselves about how you want to add a piece, or is that just something that now you're a media star you think more about?
No, yeah, it's definitely now that I'm a media star. When you're in the locker room, you try to be like, oh, yeah, we're good. We got everyone we need in this locker room. But obviously it helps when we got Randy Gregory my 2023 year, I thought that was a big get. I thought he played well for us. But it's always nice. It's, you hear, Randy he had a pretty big name at the time of a pass rusher kind of guy. So like if you get a guy with like a big name or just someone that is respected around the league, that always helps with morale.
Hey, John, as an offensive lineman, and I know you didn't get to play with Mac Jones, you've played with Brock Purdy, but how different of a job is that, blocking for those two guys, because Brock is so much more mobile?
Yeah, Brock will definitely help you out if you get beat or things are not looking so good. You know that he could kind of weasel his way out of there. With Mac, the positive is you always know where Mac's going to be because he's going to be in the pocket. I think he's been playing well. Obviously, he kind of he had a bad pick in the first or second series, but besides that, I thought he's been playing well.
Hey, John, I was wondering about offensive linemen and slumps. I know Dominic Puni is injured, but I can't get beyond the mental part of it where, he false started on that 4th and 1. To me, that wasn't injury based. As an offensive lineman, can you go through a slump?
Oh yeah, 100%. And I think he's definitely going through that right now. So it's the seltzer water, dude. Came out of nowhere.
Let it ride.
I'm drinking the sparkles right now too, man. The same thing happens, John. So yeah, belch away, dude. It's all good.
Yeah, I think Pony's definitely going through a slump. It's very mental. Obviously physical as well with the injury, but he is when you get in those slumps, man, you're trying to dig your way out so bad, and you want to get out so bad that you actually go deeper in. If they need someone to come out there and get in his head and help him out, vet minimum is not that expensive.